All right, I think I'm all set. So listen, we're back for part two on how to get your swagger back. If you've been feeling stuck in life, in your career, jaded, unfulfilled, and all of the things, you want to rock with me for another round of how to get your swagger back. If you missed part one, you definitely want to go back and check that out for the first step in getting your swagger back. But what I know to be true in this work that I do is that the most high achieving, the most successful, and success can be subjective, but those who are trailblazers, um, seemingly everything they touch turns to gold. People like us, we have our moments as well. And in those moments where we feel like we are stuck, we feel mentally blocked, we feel emotionally blocked, we feel physically blocked. We need to change. We need to do something different. We're no longer feeling fulfilled. Um, we're in spaces where we're not feeling valued, not feeling appreciated. It starts to weigh on your psyche. Your mind starts to play tricks on you. And so, what I want to share with you is one, I want to remind you of who you are. I want to help you remember all the amazing things that you have accomplished and brought into fruition up until now. Even though it may feel tight, it may feel constricted, it may feel extremely uncomfortable, and you're starting to question and doubt your worth, your power, and your value. Listen, it's time to get your swagger back, right? So definitely go and check out part one. You can still rock with me right now and pick up for part two and pick up on the second step. Um, but I got a couple more pieces to this series. It's a four-part series, and this is part two. So if you're here with me live, do me a favor and take a moment and say, hey. If you're catching the replay, wherever you're watching this, do me a favor and type replay in the chat or in the comments, wherever you may be, so that I'll come back and show you some love as well. I'm grateful that you're here. If for some reason this is your first time coming across me, my page, a video, seeing my face, if we happen to be perfect virtual strangers at this point, welcome to my world. I am Danielle, the coach. I am a certified life and leadership coach, also doubling as a performance coach for high performing career professionals. And so, the people that I typically work with and support are entrepreneurs that are still juggling a 9 to 5. I help them get clear about what's next and quit their 9 to 5 without regret. I know that there is this space in one's career that oftentimes is experienced, and I call it the mid career crisis. And it's a point in time when you wake up one day after being so accomplished, after having experienced so much, after having amassed a wealth of expertise. However, something changes, something has shifted, and it feels like it's all of a sudden happened overnight, and you're no longer fulfilled by the thing or things that you spend the majority of your time doing in your 9 to 5. And so what I do is I help my clients, and my clients are six-figure earners. I help six-figure earners. Let me be specific. I help six-figure earners create their corporate exit strategy so that they can quit without regret. And so I help them clear those blocks, get unstuck, and chart a new path in a way that may feel unorthodox, that may absolutely be unorthodox, and will absolutely defy the status quo. And doing it in a way that positions them to have confidence, positions you to have confidence, and to do it unapologetically. So the impetus of this particular series on how to get your swagger back is a result of me sitting with um, the different stories of transformation, evolution of my clients to date. And I was thinking about one of the some common threads between all of my clients, regardless of their walk of life, like what they've experienced prior to finding me and enlisting my support and my partnership and my accountability. There is this one of the threads is who they are and how they show up. And there is a night and day difference between who they are and how they show up when they find me, when they book that strategy session, when we have that first conversation, and who they are on the back end of the first round of work that we do together when I'm interviewing them, if they oblige to have a case study interview, right? And even if they don't do the case study interview, it's who I see them becoming, who they see and witness themselves becoming, and what happens as a result of who they transform into. And a big part of it is not that they are transforming 1000% into somebody new, is they're getting their swagger back. They'd lost the essence of that version of them that was kicking butt and taking numbers, because life and career and leadership combined are enough to sit you on your butt for a season or two and have you questioning your value and your worth. And I want to, if that's you, I want to validate you and let you know that it happens. But what I also want to let you know is that that's not a space of stuck. You don't have to stay there, right? So if you haven't watched part one, I want to invite you to definitely go back and watch part one. So wherever you're watching part two, which is this one, you can go back on that same platform and find the video and watch part one. But today I want to talk about the second step in getting your swagger back is asking yourself one question in particular: why not me? And why that question is important is because opportunities are always coming your way. The people that I attract, the kind of person that I am, opportunities are always coming our way. But when we're in that season of feeling stuck or feeling jaded, disgruntled, overwhelmed in some ways and underwhelmed in some other ways, all at the same time, what happens is we start to water down our genius. We start to water down our greatness. We start to allow that little voice on the inside that's been dubbed your inner imposter, and also the other voice, which is your inner critic. They're related, probably first cousins, but different. We allow those voices to begin to make decisions for us that don't align with the most powerful version of us and what's next for us. And so we allow those vices to hold us hostage and to prevent us from moving forward as powerfully as we absolutely can and absolutely should. And so when situations and opportunities present themselves, our posture isn't right. We're already counted out posture wise, but then when we aren't in the best headspace and aren't seeing ourselves through the right lens, we come up with all of these reasons why we can't or shouldn't, why we're not qualified, why we're not equipped, why, the thing that we tried to do 75 times, why it absolutely won't work on the 76th time because I've tried it all these times before. And it's just like, I'm not built for it. I'm not meant for it. What I'm here to tell you is something that has positively impacted my clients time and time and time again. It's your swagger. You've lost it to a degree, right? On the surface, you still got it going on. You still pull it together. But even if you show up looking like this, right? Or whatever the face is, whatever the ensemble is, man or woman, right? What you pull it together. That's one thing you're going to do, because that's half the battle, right? Is looking the part. But there's that other half of you having to put one foot in front of the other to show up in these spaces and places that are sucking the life out of you, right? And has you questioning like why you're even here in the first place, how you even got here, like what's next, what am I going to do, do I have what it takes to pivot out of doing what I'm doing now into doing something else that's totally different, it doesn't make any sense? Do I have what it takes, right? And the answer is you absolutely do have what it takes. And so instead of fulfilling a false prophecy of you're not good enough, or it shouldn't be you, or it can't be you, what I recommend is following not only step one, but absolutely step two in that order. So you got to go back and watch step one, but you want to make sure that you are chin checking those adverse thoughts that are coming from the inside. We haven't even talked about the energy and the adversity and the negativity that can come from other people and their limited beliefs and opinions for and about you. We're talking about the voice that's on the inside. So when that voice starts to rear its head, chin check it. And well, why not me? Why not me? Right? And give yourself the answer of all of the reasons why you absolutely can do what it is that you want to do. Right? I know I've held a pop-up session um, with members from my email list a few weeks ago, and some people have been on my list for quite a long time. And I'll introduce, some new flavor to kind of broach the conversation, and touch on some things that I know affect a high achiever being able to quit or leave a space of seeming security, right? A comfort zone, to branch out and take a leap to do something um, different that may actually be risky, right? And so what conversation always comes back around to is like, well, yeah, like, I know you help people, quit their 9 to 5. Like, I'm ready to quit my 9 to 5. Um, and so I know that if you are seeing this in some way, shape, or form, like there is something in you that, like, there's some desire to be able to pivot out of whatever it is that you are doing now for a living. And you may not want to take the full blown leap into full-time entrepreneurship just yet. Maybe you are looking to have like a stopgap in between and find another job, but doing work that you now love, instead of continuing to take up space in this place just because you simply have spent so much time developing this expertise and developing, making a name for yourself and making waves in this particular lane. You're feeling called to do something else, but there's all of these things and reasons and logic that's telling you why you can't and why you shouldn't and why it doesn't make sense. And you'll be throwing away all of this time and energy and effort and degrees and student loans and all of this stuff. You'll be throwing it away, but there's the nagging and the inkling inside of you doesn't go away. So what do you do then, right? A couple of things can happen. Either you lean into it, or there's something in you that will talk you out of it. Or what will happen is someone, you may start to share with other people, and other people will try to talk you, well, not even try, they'll talk you out of it, because logically, for most people, it doesn't make sense. Logically, for most people, that's not something that most people would do. And so I'm trying to share this out real quick. You find yourself in that situation, but it doesn't take away the discomfort. It doesn't take away the dis-ease. It doesn't take away what keeps you up at night, right? Because you're not facing the thing that is right in front of you. You're actually you're avoiding what could possibly be purpose. You're avoiding the reality and the truth of the matter when it comes to this particular purpose assignment of yours having already been fulfilled. Like, you checked the box a long time ago. You just allowed yourself to become comfortable and complacent in this space when there's another assignment waiting for you. But because you got comfortable and complacent in this space, you're not open to it. You're not hearing it. It's nagging at you. It's pulling at you. There's something in your gut and in your soul that's telling you there's something else I'm supposed to be doing. You're not really trying to hear it, and you're resisting it because you're comfortable and you're complacent. And you're band-aiding the discomfort instead of being open to opportunity and possibility. So I'll bring it back. Like, step two in getting your swagger back is asking yourself, why not you? Because when your swagger has taken a hit, when your how you view yourself has taken a hit, and you start to believe some of those untruths about yourself, about why you can't do something, why you shouldn't do something, why you're not equipped, listen, God qualifies the called, right? And the people that I am here to serve are experienced. They got like decades of career professional experience. They're mid-career professionals at this point, if not well beyond that. And you're in this space where none of this stuff is making sense. And this is what I'm here for, to help you chip away at those limiting beliefs and help you get clear about what it is that's next for you, and to confidently lean into your purpose and doing the thing or the things that you were put here to do. So if this resonated with you, do me a favor and let me know in some way, shape, or form. Feel free to comment. You can send me a DM. But if you know that you need support in this type of capacity, maybe you've been looking for a life coach, maybe you've been looking for a leadership coach, maybe you've been looking for a performance coach, whatever the title is that you've been looking for is cool. I can support you on this side of that, right? But if you know that where you are is not where you're supposed to be for much longer, or maybe you know you've been there well beyond the expiration date of that purpose assignment, I'm here to support you. But you got to be conscious enough and willing enough and courageous enough to ask for the help and the support and the accountability that you need to help you see yourself through this discomfort and this lack of clarity. And so if you know that you need support with it, and you would like to see what working with me might look like, I want to invite you to book a complimentary strategy session. Wherever you're watching this, in the description of the video, there should be a link that you can click to book a complimentary strategy session. If you don't see the link, drop a comment and ask me for it, and I'll come back through and drop it there for you. Or you can send me a DM. I am launching a new offering, and it's actually called Swagger. And we kick off on July 2nd, 2024. And it's a 30-day, I'll call it an accelerator, if you will, but like an intensive to position you to get your swagger back so that you can experience what is waiting for you on the other side of remembering, recognizing, and acknowledging who you are. Like the opportunities that you want, the opportunities that you know are yours, that you've been talking yourself out of, or allowing somebody else to talk you out of, they're on the other side of you getting your swagger back. We kick off next week. Let's have a strategy session. I want to make sure that you're a good fit for that particular offering. And if you're not a good fit if that's not the best place for you in my world, I will let you know what I think is a better fit for you. But the best place to start is to book your complimentary strategy session. And the link is in the description of your wherever you may be watching this. Again, if you caught this on the replay, do me a favor and drop replay. If you were here with me live, thank you for being here. If you know someone else that needs to hear this, hey, listen, share the wealth. Hit the share button wherever you may be watching this and send this to whomever. Feel free to tag them in the comments as well so that they can check it out. And I will see you tomorrow for part 3 of how to get your swagger back.